And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV for what is round number 8 of the Plumwild podcast Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you for the call as we get set to play host to what is week number 8. And so far, 7 weeks, 7 different winners have gone to victory lane. Who will take out week number 8? Again, we're starting to see drop weeks come into play. Also, we look at the drivers that, basically points without the drop weeks. We'll go through those ones. Connor New, 724 points. Chase Barber, Desmond Busby, Dylan Yeager, Hayden Tolleson, your top 5. Nathan Waddell, Caleb Durgan, Damian Kiefer, Dylan Wilson, Jesse Entigan, your top 10. That's without the drop weeks. With the drop weeks, Chase Barber leads with 551 points over Connor New in second. Dylan Yeager third. There's 16 points separating your top 3. Desmond Busby in fourth. Nathan Waddell rounds out your top 5. Hayden Tolleson, Dylan Wilson, Caleb Durgan, Damian Kiefer, and Jesse Entigan make up your top 10. So there's 80 points separating the top 10 drivers. We get set for the first of 4 heat races on the program here tonight. 10 laps, top 4 will go through to the main event. Let's take a look at your starting lineup right now for heat race number 1. On the pole position with the 23 car of Chase Barber. To the outside of the front row, the 80 machine of Dylan Wilson lines up at a position number 2. Bob Klein lines up at a position number 3. Nick Baum will start from position number 4. Desmond Busby lines up at a position number 5, and Andrew Clark will start from position number 6. Position number 7 will be Peyton Burton. From 8 will be the 20 car of Sean Pointer. From position number 9 will be the 518 of Joseph Graney. From position number 10, it's Austin Holder. So get ready for a start. Heat race number 1. Let's see if Chase Barber opts to take the money or not. No, he is not going to take the money. So the only man so far to take the money in the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models has been Dylan Wilson, and he's taken them twice in the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models on Wednesday nights. It'll be live at 11 o'clock Eastern. So I'll go around 2 times behind the racing.com safety car, the official pace truck. So again, we won't be too far away from starting heat race number 1 here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. So who's going to be able to claim victory in tonight's first heat race of the night? Who will take the pole position in tonight's 50-lap main event? I believe it'll be 50 laps. I'll double-check that one. I should have double-checked that first, but we get set to roll down into turn number 3 and 4. Coming to the green flag. It's going to be Chase Barber and Dylan Wilson. They work off turn number 4 and we're green. Underway in heat race number 1. Just like Chase Barber just driving away from the rest of the field. Dylan Wilson, here comes Klein to the inside looking for the runner-up position. But for the moment, he'll hold on to position number 3. Here comes Nick Baum in the O2 machine. He'll work to the outside back to position number 4. Remember, top 4 will go through to the main event. Everybody else will go through to the last chance qualifiers, the B mains. So we work up for turn number 4. Barbara and Wilson are first and second. Nick Baum third. Bob Klein fourth. Andrew Clark makes up your top 5. Chase Barber fastest lap of the race with a 14.238. Clark will go to the inside of Klein down into turn number 3 and 4. They'll race down the front straightaway. Bob Klein just holding on to position number 4. Clark now going to slide it up from the bottom to the top. He'll now take over the bubble position. There's Desmond Busby in that 82 machine. Busby with the drop wigs, 4th in the point standings. And that Hunt the Front Esports number 82 car just finding himself on the outside looking in, as there is Andrew Clark in the 5 machine in position number 4. And just like that, we are already 5 laps into this 10-lap heat racing action here tonight. Busby got a little tight. Meanwhile, the challenge is on for the transfer position again in the Sheffield. Bob Klein trying to get by the 5 of Andrew Clark in the middle of turn number 3 and 4. Clark just drifts up just a little bit. Klein was a little low. He was lane lower. 3, 3, and 4. He's definitely a lane lower. He's now on the inside of Clark, but Clark's got the momentum down the back straightaway. Desmond Busby now Klein going to slide it up and move Bob Klein back to position number 4 with 3 to run. Clark will fight back on the inside in the number 5. Klein in the 7 car. Klein's got it down the back straightaway. They've got to be careful. They make contact. There'll be an opportunity here for Desmond Busby. Slider from Clark on Klein at the line. Very, very tight between Klein and Clark. And what a battle you've got. You've not only got a 2-car battle, but now you've got a 3-way dance right there for that 4th and final transfer position. 4th, 5th and 6th on screen. Meanwhile, your leader's got 1.5 to go. Make that 1 to go down the back straightaway for the final time. Into corner number 3 and 4, watching the battle for the final transfer spot. Checkered flag is out. Chase Barber going to be victorious. Klein and Clark, they'll come together. Heat number 1 is done and dusted. Chase Barber gets the win. Second will go to Dylan Wilson. Nick Balm third. Andrew Clark fourth. Bob Klein will make up your top 5. 6 will be Desmond Busby. Sean Pointer in 7th. Austin Holder, Joseph Grandy and Peyton Burton will be your 10 drivers in heat race number 1. Heat race number 2 lining up on the raceway right now. On the pole position will be the 10 car of Connor New. He'll start alongside car number 20 of Colton Zimmer from position number 2. Stephen Gaines, a substitute driver tonight. He'll start from position number 3. From position number 4, another substitute driver. The 3 car of Cole Younger lines up at a position number 4. Tristan Sykes in the 99 will start position number 5. In car number 98, Logan Hickerson lines up at a position number 6. Tristan Laudersu, the 92T, will start from position number 7. The 13 car of Jason Moore will start from position number 8. Tyler Clement, the 97, lines up at a position number 9. And the 22 of Curtis Griffin will start the 22 machine from position number 10. So again, 10 cars in heat race number 2. Get a total of 4 heat races. Total of 4 heat races on the program, plus your 2 B mains, where we'll take the top 4 from those ones to lock in a 24 car field, just to make sure that we did have a 50 lap main event. Yes, it was 50 laps, so it is definitely going to be 50 laps on tap here tonight at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Round number 8 of the Plumwild podcast. Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Get ready to come to the green off turn number 4, and Connor New, Colton Zimmer will be the 2 drivers that will lead us down into turn number 3. Connor New will have command of the field. So Connor New in car number 10, getting ready to go racing off turn number 4, and there we are, we're underway. Heat number 2. And a good start there by Stephen Gaines on the inside. He'll slide it from the bottom to the top. He'll take over the runner-up spot, but not for long, because Colton Zimmer will have something to say about that one as they go side by side down into 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Tristan Sykes in the 99 battle with the 98 car of Logan Hickerson for that 4th and final transfer spot as they work through turn number 1 and 2. Gaines will go to the inside on Colton Zimmer one more time, and Colton Zimmer trying to work back to the outside up for turn number 2 at the line. Colton Zimmer they made contact just past the start-finish line. That got the 20 car all sorts of tight, and he'll lose the spot too. Stephen Gaines in car number 07. Connor New, fastest lap of the race with a 14.548. No doubt that'll go a little bit quicker there with a 14.531. There it is, Connor New. Watching again, Stephen Gaines, Colton Zimmer, Logan Hickerson. Now to the inside on Tristan Sykes for that 4th and final transfer position. Colton Zimmer, meanwhile, in car number 20. Again, just still working to the low side through turn number 1 and 2. Gee, Logan Hickerson is coming with a 14.4 flat, fastest lap of heat race number 2. And he's doing it in traffic, mind you. He's trying to run down the 2nd and 3rd place cars. Hickerson to the inside on Gaines through on the exit of turn number 2. Tristan Sykes in the 99, the first car on the outside, looking in for the moment in heat race number 2. And heat 2 is basically just a carbon copy of what heat race number 1 was. At 3 wide for the final transfer position, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Zimmer's gotten clear of that 3 wide battle with Stephen Gaines and Logan Hickerson. Hickerson again still making it work on the inside. Logan Hickerson will find his way to position number 3. Here comes Tristan Sykes in the number 99 machine as they nearly go 3 wide again off turn number 2. There'll be 2 to run at the start-finish line. Connor New In car number 10, your race leader, half a second lead. Back to Colton Zimmer. Stephen Gaines through the middle of 1 and 2. One more time. Hickerson still working to the very inside of the raceway. That left front and the front bumper getting very close to those infield tractor tyres. There's some problems there for the 97 car of Tyler Clement and the 22 of Curtis Griffin, but the white flag is out. 1 to go for your race leader. The battle is still on for 3rd and 4th between Gaines and Hickerson. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag is out. Heat race number 2 is done. Connor New gets the victory. Second, we've got a Colton Zimmer. Stephen Gaines third. Fourth at the line, it's going to be Logan Hickerson. And unofficially rounding out your top 5 is going to be the 99 car of Tristan Sykes. Let's take a look at heat race number 2 results. Here it is: Connor New, Colton Zimmer, Stephen Gaines, Logan Hickerson, Tristan Sykes, your top 5. Tristan Lauder-Sewer, Cole Younger, Jason Moore, Tyler Clement, and Curtis Griffin, your top 10. Heat number 3 lining up on the raceway right now on pole in car number 48. That is Dylan Yeager. On the outside of the front row, the 55 car of Cruz Cordell will start from position number 2. Position number 3 with the 32 car of Christopher Joy from 4. The 10 of Jason Salter. Thomas Vickers in the 23 starts position number 5. Sean Corsick in the 12 will start from position number 6. Devon Ferguson in car 43 will start position number 7. Matt George in the 23 lines up at a position number 8. Aaron Bowman in the 44 will start position number 9, and Jacob Tabor in car number 13 lines up at a position number 10. So heat race number 3 cars. Once again getting ready to do battle here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Oh, there we go, we're underway. Apologies, we're just getting something fixed, but you can see how it's all working around the Lucas Oil Speedway, and it's going to be Dylan Yeager who is leading the way right now. Off for turn number 4, Cruz Cordell back to position number 2. Then you look at Christopher Joy. Joy picking up his first World of Thunder Esports League victory last night in a pro late model around this very racetrack. So he had some speed. Fastest lap of the race you can see coming up on your screen is the man that we're just talking about, is the 32 car of Christopher Joy. Meanwhile, Cruz Cordell, who sits at the moment 19th in the point standings. Now there goes Christopher Joy. Joy sitting 11th in the point standings. This is after the drop weeks. Meanwhile, the man that sits 3rd in the points, Dylan Yeager, is your race leader. Joy shuts the door on Cruz Cordell down through turn number 1, but Cordell going to open up that inside line once again. Cordell to the low side into turn number 3. Joy thought about trying to fight it back on the inside, but no, he'll just have to follow in line. And the tyre tracks in the 55 car. In fact, Cruz Cordell slides it all the way up to the top of the raceway, as now here comes Christopher Joy back to the inside. Meanwhile, Jason Salter in the number 10 car has found his way to a transfer position right now. And just like that, we're 6 down and 4 to run. Salter, Sean Corsick back there to position number 5. Salter in the D1RT number 10 car. Joy, look out, got a little tight there. And then got into the left rear quarter panel of the 55 car of Cruz Cordell, but both that cars able to keep it going, pointed in a forward direction. There'll be 2 to run at the line now for Dylan Yeager in car number 48. Yeager has got 7/10 of a second lead over Cruz Cordell in that 55, but it's all Dylan Yeager out in front in the Team Victory Lane Racing number 48 car. They'll come to the white flag, 1 to run. Salter should have enough to hold on. There's a bit of a gap back to 5th place driver, but the white flag is out. 1 to go for Dylan Yeager as he works it up to the top of the raceway. Back straight away for the final time, down into turn number 3 and 4. Fastest lap of the race, Cruz Cordell with a 14.558 coming on lap number 9 of heat race number 3. Checkered flag is out. There we go. Heat number 3 is done. The penultimate heat race of the night. We've still got 1 more heat to come up after this one. And then we move into your B mains. Dylan Yeager gets the win. Cruz Cordell home in second. Christopher Joy third. Jason Salter fourth. Sean Crossyke to make up your top five. Devon Ferguson, Matt George, Aaron Bowman, Jacob Tabor, and Thomas Vickers for the drivers in heat race number 3. Heat number 4 lining up like this, and this one should be a belter. Damien Kiefer will start on pole. On his outside of the front row, on his outside in the 327 car, it's Hayden Tolleson. Row 2, Little Chance Car will start from position number 3 to the outside. Also in car number 2, that is Dylan Hauser from position number 4. Position number 5 in car number 5, it is Nathan Waddell from 6 to 17 of Caleb Durgan. Trevor Mead lines up at a position number 7. Robert Overstreet lines up at a position number 8. And the final 2 starters, Christopher Hill lines up at a position number 9. And out of 10, it's the 5 entry of Scooter Black. Gee, looking forward to this one already. So as we get set, the safety car is off the raceway already. Damien Kiefer comes into tonight, 9th in the point standings. Hayden Tolleson, 6th in the point standings. We look at the likes of Caleb Durgan, 8th in the point standings. He starts alongside Nathan Waddell, 5th in the point standings. So these guys have got a lot to play for here tonight. Here we go, green flag is out. We are underway in the 4th and final heat race of the night. As Chance Carr is going to find his way to position number 2. Tolleson trying to go right through the middle of the speedway. Durgan into the side of Hauser. Now the battle is on for that 4th and final transfer position. As Nathan Waddell, Damien Kiefer, they go 3, no, almost 4 wide. Durgan in the 17 car, but Hauser holds on to position number 4. Problems for the 17 car of Caleb Durgan. Meanwhile, 3 wide up front for the race lead. Car through the middle, Kiefer upstairs. Down to the low side is Hayden Tolleson. 3 wide once again down into turn number 3 and 4. We're almost going to go 3 wide for an entire lap. That we do. And Damien Kiefer just holding on to the race lead. And as this 3 wide battle happens in front, that now brings in the 2 car of Dylan Hauser to make this a 4-way dance for the race lead. But boy, it's your top 4 that are going to transfer. And 5th place driver of Nathan Waddell isn't too far away from the big picture in this one. Tolleson goes to the inside of Chance Carr in the middle of turn number 1 and 2. They'll rub panels on the exit of corner number 2. Into 3 we run. Waddell fastest lap of the race with a 14.670. Meanwhile, here comes Dylan Hauser in car number 2. That's that black and white car just to behind the 327 car. The 2 car in front of the 327 happens to be Chance Carr. Hauser on the inside of Tolleson down the front straightaway. Hayden Tolleson just holding on to position number 3. Tolleson and Carr. Hauser with a move on Tolleson. He slid up. Boy, that was very tight. He really had to make that one stick. It was a very ballsy move, that's for sure, from the 2 entry of Dylan Hauser. Nathan Waddell in the 5 car again. Your race leader is Damien Kiefer with 2 to run. And the 0 car of Kiefer. It just looks so pretty out in front in that NLRA Plumwild podcast. DK speed, 0 entry problems as Chance Carr. Now we don't get to the white flag because the yellow has just been thrown. There it is. So Hauser went to dive it in on the low side of the raceway to try and get by the 327 car, but Chance Carr was just a little slow right in the middle of turn number 3 and 4, just trying to keep the car. And that really, not Chance Carr's fault on that one. He was just trying to keep the car stayed to the bottom side of the racetrack. Dylan Hauser will find his way back into the pit area along with Caleb Durgan and Scooter Black. So we're left with 6 at the moment as the pace car is still on the raceway. Safety car is off. We'll come back to green off turn number 4. And back underway, 2 laps left to run. Remember, top 4 go through. Kiefer, Tolleson, Waddell and Overstreet. And the top 4 at the moment, Trevor Mead trying to get by Overstreet. Chance car back down to position number 6. So come up for turn number 4. Damien Kiefer, 1 lap left to go for the NLRA number 0 machine of Damien Kiefer. Waddell to the inside of Tolleson as they work off turn number 2 for the back. For the final time, down the back straight away into 3 and 4 we run. It's going to be Damien Kiefer getting the win. Hayden Tolleson in second. Nathan Waddell third. Robert Overstreet comes home into position number 4. Fifth, we're going to chance car. Trevor Mead runs out. Your 6 cars that was left on the racetrack. Dylan Hauser, Chris Hill, Caleb Durgan and Scooter Black for the 10 cars to take to the racetrack. Go right, the first B main of the night. 2 B mains, 15 laps and top 4. All right, 15 laps, top 4 will go through to the A main. Let's take a look at your starting lineup for B main. Number 1, Bob Klein lines up on pole position to the outside of the front row. Sean Crawsyke from position number 2. From 3 with the 82 car of Desmond Busby. From 4, the 43 of Devon Ferguson. From 5, the 20 of Sean Pointer. From 6, the 23 of Matt George. From 7, the 2 of Austin Holder. From 8, the 44 of Aaron Bowman. From 9, the 518 of Joseph Grady. From 10, the 13 of Jacob Tabor. Peyton Burton lines up at 11 in car number 14. And from 12, the 23 of Thomas Vickers. 15 laps on the board. Bob Klein and Sean Crawsyke will lead us into turn number 3. Here we go. Green flag is out. The first of 2 B mains on the night, the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association, live from the Lucas Oil Speedway, live on Ultimate Dirt TV. As we complete lap number 1, Bob Klein in car number 7 does lead the way. Sean Crawsyke to the top of the racetrack. In the 12 entry, Devon Ferguson goes right through the middle in the 43 car. Then to the low side goes the 82 of Desmond Busby. It's the top 4 that will make it into the show. So right there, Sean Pointer in car number 20 will be the first car to miss out. But you know that the 20 car right there comes after the 43 of Ferguson. Pointer trying to put his way into a transfer position. Meanwhile, coming after the runner-up spot is Desmond Busby. Busby 4th in the point standings after the drop week. Klein goes to the low side. He'll slide it all, not all the way up, but now he'll be right up near the concrete wall down the front straight, down the back straightaway, I should say. Devon Ferguson, quickest car on the raceway. With a 14.879, and he betters that one there with a 14.874. Busby wheel to wheel with Sean Crawsyke in the 12 machine. Busby goes to the middle of the raceway. Crawsyke, well, he can only stop near the concrete wall down the straightaways. So work down into 3 and 4. We are 6 laps into this 15 lap B main event. Devon Ferguson now with a run, following in the tyre tracks of the 12 car of Sean Crawsyke. Gee, Bob Klein now, quickest lap of the race with a 14.832. And rightfully so, he's out in front at the moment all by himself. Where Devon Ferguson, well, he had cars in and around him in the 12 of Crawsyke and the 82 of Busby. But as they finally figure themselves out in a single file formation here down the back straightaway. There's, again, your top 4 on screen. Bob Klein still your race leader from Crawsyke. Busby gets into the back of Ferguson. No arm, no foul. They keep it going. And now here comes Busby down to the low side on Ferguson. Down into 3 and 4. Off for turn number 4. There goes Ferguson back around the outside of Desmond Busby. Meanwhile, Jacob Tabor in the 13 car just straight off the racetrack. He's back there in position number 10. Thomas Vickers out of the event. So with these 10 cars that are left on the raceway, 4 of them are only going to go through. And right now we've only got 4 to run at the line. Bob Klein still your race leader from Sean Crawsyke. Then you go back to Devon Ferguson in third, and then the 82 entry of Desmond Busby in position number 4. Busby just had a good look on the inside there of Devon Ferguson in turn number 3 and 4. Now has to check up. He's got to be careful because here comes Sean Pointer with 2.5 to run. Yes, again, Busby is on the bubble position right now. Pointer closing in. Battle for the lead now as Sean Crawsyke tries to come after Bob Klein. In turn number 3 and 4, and the white flag is out. 1 to run. Bob Klein just had it at the line. They'll race it out to the start-finish line. 3 wide through turn number 1 and 2, and 3 wide down the back straight away. Who will it be down into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time? It's going to be 2 wide. Will it be 3 wide down the front straight away? Oh my, what a tight finish for your top 4. What a finish for your top 4. Let's take a look at your official results. B main number 1, Bob Klein wins over Sean Crawsyke in second. Back to Desmond Busby wide by 1/1000th of a second. Devon Ferguson home in fourth, and those 4 drivers punching their ticket to the 50 lap A main a bit later on tonight. Unfortunately, fifth done back. Well, their night is done here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. B main number 2 will look like this on the pole. It'll be the 99 car of Tristan Sykes. Out of position number 2 will be the 2 car of Chance Carr. From 3, the 92 entry of Tristan Lauder-Stewart. Out of 4, out of 4, the 12 entry of Trevor Mead. From position number 5, the 3 of Cole Younger. From 6, the 2 of Dylan Hauser. From 7, the 13 of Jason Moore. From 8, the 5 of Christopher Hill. From 9, the 97 of Tyler Clement. From 10, the 17 of Caleb Durgan. Curtis Griffin lines up alongside Scooter Black in row number 6. Ready for a start here in B main number 2. Here we go, we are underway. Christopher Hill had an absolute Barry Crocker of a start. Oh, Trevor Mead in the 12 car. We'll go yellow. We'll go yellow for B main number 1. To B main number 2, yellow flag on the raceway. Again, how will this one play out again? We've just seen B main number 1. Never mind. I thought something was wrong with that one. All right, Tristan. Oh, Caleb Durgan gets into the back there of Tyler Clement in the 97 car. Not sure what that was all about. So Durgan and Clement. Well, just been a bunch of idiots. Unreal. And poor old Curtis Griffin. Now, hopefully that there is a quick repair that he can go and use. So just keep an eye on that 22 car. we go. So there is a quick repair. He's just gone and got that car repaired. Alright, so the lights are out on the safety car. We're back to green off turn number 4. And B-Main number 2 is back underway here at the Lucas Oil Speedway, the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models, presented by Northwest Racing Association. Round number 8, it's still going to be Tristan Sykes in the 99 car leading the way over Tristan Laudersil back down to position number 2. And then you got Cole Younger trying to make a move by Chance Carr for that 3rd spot, but now Chance Carr going to find his way to the inside of Tristan Laudersil down into turn number 3 and 4. Laudersil are going to have some company and a fast race car. Carr and Laudersil. Meanwhile, the 22 car now of Curtis Griffin coming after the 4th and final transfer position. Cole Younger slides up across the nose of Caleb Durgan. Durgan will turn it back underneath. Fastest lap of the race. Chance Carr on the inside, battling with Tristan Laudersil. So Carr seems to have got that vehicle, the Super Late model, figured out to the low side of the speedway. Your race leader is still Tristan Sykes in car number 99. Tristan Laudersil is still back there to position number 2. So again, another lap in the books. So we're almost at half race distance. And tonight's second B-Main. And the final opportunity for these drivers to make tonight's A-Main event here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Then we just never know, and we just don't know what's going to happen between now and this 50-lap A-Main event. It really is going to be anybody's ball game. As the yellow will fly. So yellow comes out here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Hopefully this isn't going to load up there. Hopefully this is going to load up over here. I don't know if this is going to work. Oh, it is going to work here. Alright, cool. Alright, so as we look at B-Main at number 2. And it's still Tristan Sykes leading from Chance Carr. There'll be 4 to run at the line. And there is your top 4 on screen. So 3 wide through turn number 1 and 2. Sykes, Carr, Laudersil, and Curtis Griffin in the 22 car. Side by side for the race lead. Tristan Sykes still holds on to the number 1 position. Laudersil trying to come to the inside of Sykes in the middle of 1 and 2. Meanwhile, Chance Carr gets to the race lead down into turn number 3. There'll be 2 to run at the line. Carr again, fastest lap of the race with the 15.015. He will lead lap number 13. Laudersil comes after Sykes. Nearly drives into the side of him, but manages to keep him off him. White flag coming out in B-Main action, second B-Main of the night. in the third last week of the series. 3 wide almost down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. The checkered flag is going to come out, and Chance Carr will be victorious. Second, we got a Tristan Sykes. Third at the line is going to be Tristan Laudersewer, followed up by Curtis Griffin getting the fourth and final transfer position. Fifth will go to Cole Younger, Trevor Mead in 6, Jason Moore, Christopher Hill, Caleb Durgan, and Tyler Clement to make up the drivers in B main number 2. There it is, Chance Carr officially gets the win over Tristan Sykes, Tristan Laudersewer, and Curtis Griffin. Your top 4. Everybody else, unfortunately, well, their night is done and dusted. All right, we'll take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll come back. We'll pay some bills on the other side of this. Your main event for the Plumwild Podcast, Super Late Models, presented by Northwest Racing Association.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racing enthusiasts all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. The car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and racing teams. Our skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly racing series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 200,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Participate in solo races, championship seasons, and hosted in league events with AI Racing. With a rapidly expanding catalog of 70-plus cars and 85-plus tracks from real-world racing series, test your abilities with challenging computer-based competition. Additional partners include IMSA, the World of Outlaws, and Supercars, allowing members to participate in their very own Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, Sebring 12-Hour, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
And we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV coverage of your Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Tonight here from the Lucas Oil Speedway here in Wheatland, Missouri, playing host to the 8th week, the 8th of 10 weeks here on the season. Let's take a look at your starting lineup for your 50-lap A main event to come. Here now, as we take a look at your starting lineup, Chase Barber lines up the 23 machine from position number 1. Position number 2, Kobe Connor New. Position number 3, Dylan Yeager. Position number 4, it's Damien Kiefer. Position number 5, Dylan Wilson. Position number 6, that is Colton Zimmer. Position number 7, Cruz Cordell. Position number 8, Hayden Tolleson. Position number 9, Nick Baum. Position number 10, Tanner Tomasi. Position number 11, Christopher Joy. Position number 12, Nathan Waddell. Position number 13, Andrew Clark. From 14, Logan Hickerson. From 15, that'll be Jason Salter. From 16, Robert Overstreet. From 17, your B-main winner of Bob Klein. From 18, also a B-main winner, it's Chance Carr. Sean Crossike will start position number 19. Position number 20th, it's Tristan Sykes. Second last row, Desmond Busby starts position number 21. Tristan Laudersewer will start position number 23. And your 12th and final row, Devin Ferguson out of position number 23 and position number 24 in caliber 22. That is Curtis Griffin. So as we get the signal to go 1 to green. As the pace car moves off the racing surface, as Chase Barber, Connor New, your front row. And it's funny enough, those two guys are 1 and 2 in the point standings, and that's the way they start in tonight's featurette. Go back to position number 3, Dylan Yeager as well. Green flag goes out, 50 laps on the board. Your main event, Barbara and New working through turn number 1 and 2. Chase Barbara will lead lap number 1. Second is now Connor New, Dylan Yeager. So these guys have got a fresh racetrack, or somewhat of a fresher racetrack than what we've seen, as Kiefer goes to war with the 20 car of Colton Zimmer. Tolleson comes after the 20 entry. Meanwhile, your top 3 in the point standings after the drop week, they run 1, 2 and 3 in that very order. Yeager back to position number 3. Watches this battle between Connor New and Chase Barber unfold, as will go yellow as the slider from New put to the move to the 23 car for Alpha Industries of Chase Barber, but the yellow comes out, which means that we'll go back to the last recorded lap. So again, your main event getting ready to kick back off with 3 down, 47 to run. As green flag is back underway with Chase Barbara, Connor New, Dylan Yeager, Dylan Wilson, Colton Zimmer. That's your top 5. Damien Kiefer just on the outside of a top 5, back to 6th position. Stephen Gaines to the outside of Hayden Tolleson as Cruz Cordell and Nick Barber will go side by side for the 9th and 10th position. Meanwhile, getting busy right in the middle of the pack right there. Gaines, Cordell, Tolleson. Meanwhile, just in front of them, Kiefer coming after Colton Zimmer, trying to work on the top 5. Kiefer trying to run the low side through 3 and 4, excuse me. Gee, how is this one going to play out, especially late in this race? Gaines, he had a whole lot of steam off for turn number 2, going down the back straightaway. He had to check up for Kiefer problems for Cruz Cordell in the 55. It seems to have got itself sorted and figured out right there. Here goes Zimmer again with a challenge from Damien Kiefer down to the low side of 3 and 4. Kiefer looks to slide it up. Problems again there for Nathan Waddell in the 5 car. Waddell on the outside of a top 10. 3 wide through turn number 1 and 2. Zimmer's going to lose 4 positions on that exchange. Kiefer will slide it up across the front of the 07 car of Gaines, who again is a substitute driver this evening for Tanner Tomasi. 3 wide again off turn number 2, if you don't mind. Kiefer with a slider. It's a short, but it's a long but slow slider. It can't be a long and a short slider, you idiot. Yeah, that's what happens when you're sick and you got the man flu. You can't really talk. You do what you got to do. Chase Barbara, 10 down, 40 to run, your race leader. Again, we watch this battle on for 4th, 5th, and 6th position. Oh boy, Connor New off the racetrack. He loses second. Now he goes back to position number 3, and he's under a heavy assault by the 80 car of Dylan Wilson. Connor New just jumped the cushion in turn number 1 and 2. Lost the spot. Now Chase Barber has a 1.4 second lead over Dylan Yeager. As we put in another lap around the Lucas Oil Speedway for what is the 8th round of the series of the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models. And we can just go back and look at who has picked up wins in the season. But don't forget, next week we'll go to another small racetrack at the Federated Auto Parts at I-55 Raceway. Here goes Cordell to the inside of Kiefer down the back straightaway. Connor New tried to put the pressure once again to the 48 car of Dylan Yeager. There was 5 points separating those two guys. When it comes to the drop weeks after 7 weeks of competition, Chase Barber 551 points, Connor New 540 points, Dylan Yeager 535 points, Desmond Busby, big slider here from Connor New on Yeager. Desmond Busby 521 points, so there's 30 points separating your top 4. Nathan Waddell 509, so there's 42 points separating your top 5. Tolleson in 6th with 506 points, 45 points behind your race leader. But this battle right now between 2nd and 3rd in the championship, 2nd and 3rd on the racetrack right now is on right now between Dylan Yeager and the 10 car of Connor New. New again with a slider on Yeager. This track, geez, it's getting technical and tricky right now. Yeager will go down to the low side again. He'll run the big slider line down into 3 and 4. Here comes Connor New back to the inside. Connor New reclaims second at the start-finish line by probably about 1/thousandth of a second. Now, here comes Wilson on the inside. 3 wide in the middle of tournament. 3 and 4. Wilson drifts up. He has to back out of it. Gains around the outside to move to position number 4. Then gets into the back of Yeager. Wilson got into the back of Gaines, so just a little check up there as, oh boy, look out, here goes Yeager around the outside. Gaines nearly got turned there by the 80 car of Wilson. Wilson smart enough to get out of the throttle. Meanwhile, Kiefer and Cordell now coming after a top 5 as they find themselves sitting in positions number 6 and 7, just behind your 5th place drivers. So they're 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Back to Colton Zimmer, and you can see all those cars on screen. That just goes to show you how close it is at the moment. Tolleson and Zimmer again still working in tandem side, nose to tail. Meanwhile, your race leader is out by nearly 2 seconds of Chase Barber, that Alpha Industries number 23 car. And just like that, we are halfway home. 25 down and 25 to run in tonight's main event. Barbara looking for his 2nd feature win. So far, feature winners going the way. You've had 4 feature winners inside the top 10 in the drop weeks. Connor New, Chase Barber, Desmond Busby, and Jesse Enterkin. Geez, we've seen some good racing throughout this series, but can Chase Barber, Connor New, will those drivers get their 2nd feature win of the season? Will Dylan Yeager come late in this one, and will he break through for his 1st feature win? Kiefer and Cordell back to the outside. Cruz Cordell in the 55 car, working to the bottom side of turn number 4. Damien Kiefer in that NLRA Plumwild Podcast, DK Speed, Ultimate Dirt TV entries, working to the outside of Cruz Cordell in car number 55. Cruz Cordell moves to position number 6. Meanwhile, that'll put Damien Kiefer back to position number 7. And just like that, we're 30 down, 20 to run. Oh boy, Tolleson and Zimmer Had to work that one. Extremely tough to get around the outside of the 327 car of Hayden Tolleson. Here comes Nick Baum, chance car to the inside. Oh, Nathan Waddell off turn number 4. Waddell close to a top 10. Let's have a look down the bottom right. Let's see who the two biggest movers and shakers are. Desmond Busby and Curtis Griffin both up 8. Busby from 21st to 13th. Griffin from 24th to 16th. So not a bad job by those two guys. Oh, look out. Tolleson. That was Nathan Waddell in the 5 car. Somehow Hayden Tolleson kept that 327 car pointed straight. Chance car in the 2 machine. Remember, he had some bad luck in the heat race. Had to come through the B main. And now he's found his way inside of a top 10 as he battles with the 0-2 car of Nick Baum. Just up front, we see Cruz Cordell get by Dylan Wilson. So Cruz Cordell in the 55 car. He's making a run. He's inside the top 5 and now making a run for your podium. Gaines is in position number 4. Dylan Yeager in 3rd. Chase Barbara with a 1.2, 1.3 second lead. What will happen here in the final 12 and a quarter laps? Dylan Yeager still yet to get a feature race victory here in 7 completed weeks of competition on the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models. Connor New, again, 1 win on the season. He was your points leader without the drop weeks, but with the drop weeks, he's 11 points behind Chase Barbara when it comes to counting the drop weeks. As we start to look with 10 to run next time by, there's 11 currently, it'll be 10 at the start finish line, and with 10 to run, this is going to make it interesting because you've got a 1.3 second difference between first and second, but now you look at the lap cars, so something to keep an eye on. As watch, you know what, let's go on board right now. Let's do a couple of laps around the Lucas Oil Speedway on board with the 23 car, the Alpha Industries 23 entry of Chase Barbara. Slowly approaching the back markers is Chase Barbara. You can get a real sense that, well, this thing could really start to heat up, but he needs to make sure that the lap cars need to hold their line. Back to the wider angle, back with 6 laps left to run. Keep it up, we're going to stay on Chase Barbara because, again, you've got those lap cars. And the back markers right there, Devin Ferguson, Robert Overstreet battling for what is 22nd and 23rd position. So they're actually still trying to battle to stay on the lead lap, but they're battling for their own positions on the raceway. Tristan Sykes looking to be the first car to go a lap down. We had one caution early on lap number 3, and since then it has been green all the way. 4 to run. He closes in more, but he's already extended the lead back to 1.8 seconds it was, down to 1.7. He was a tenth and a bit quicker on the previous lap with a 15.436 compared to a 15.574. Although that time by just then, Connor New was quicker by almost a tenth. Cruz Cordell has found his way to position number 3. So Yeager slips back to position number 4. We've got 2 to run. For your race leader, that Alpha Industries number 23 machine for CSR. If he gets to the start-finish line, we will race it out till the end. So 1 caution on lap number 3, and that's all that we've seen for the remainder of this main event. As he works through turn number 1 and 2, down the back straightaway for the final time, The Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association finally gets a second and their first repeat winner of this season. G. Cruz Cordell closed in big time there at the end on Connor New. But Chase Barbara for the first time this season and the first driver to pick up 2 wins in 8 weeks of competition. Let's take a look at your full field rundown here to cap off this wonderful night. Getting the win will be the 23 car of Chase Barbara. Home in second spot is Connor New. Cruz Cordell home in third. We'll chat to those 3 drivers post-race here in just a few moments' time. Fourth is going to go to Dylan Yeager. Fifth will be Stephen Gaines. Sixth is going to be Dylan Wilson. Damien Kiefer in seventh. Sorry, let me just change it. Sorry, folks. Sixth will be Dylan Wilson, Damien Kiefer in 7th, Colton Zimmer in 8th, 9th, Chance Carr, and Nick Palm rounds out your top 10. 11th is Hayden Tolleson, 12th Desmond Busby, Nathan Waddell, 13th, 14th was Christopher Joy, Curtis Griffin in 15th, Logan Hickerson, Tristan Laudersua, Jason Salter, Bob Klein and Sean Crawsyke to make up your top 20. And how about this? All 24 cars finishing this 50-lap main event. Andrew Clark home in 21st, Devin Ferguson, Tristan Sykes and Robert Overstreet will complete the 24 drivers. And again, it's not often that you see that all 24 cars, especially at a tighter racetrack like the Lucas Oil Speedway, and all 24 cars finishing. Let's go trackside. We'll chat to your top 3. Home in third place tonight is the number 55 car of Cruz Cordell. Cruz, congratulations on third place. This 55 car was very, very quick at the end, but when it's all said and done, the third place finish at the end of this one. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling all right. I feel like for what we got pushed back to, that wasn't too terrible of a run right there. I mean, we got pushed back to 10th there and made our way back up to 3rd. So, I mean, I can't complain whatsoever. Being a 10th and a half, 2 tenths faster than the whole field's, definitely a game changer at the end. So these boys have got to step their game up just a little bit and wait for one of us to start up front.
This 55 car had a whole lot of speed. Was it the plan to set the car up for the back end of this feature race, because that's when you want to be at your fastest?
Yeah, we set up for the long run for sure. Probably about lap 40 and on, them guys really started falling off, and we just never did. So, I mean, like I said, I can't complain about a 3rd though. There's always next week, so that's what we're looking forward to. So
your best lap time compared to your last lap time, you're looking at a second difference, and I mean that. Your best lap time was a 14.423. Your last lap time was a 15.41. So you're looking at very close to the exact 1 second mark. How tough is it to try and keep the tyre wear, considering that you guys had a very long green flag run? I think we had the one caution there at the start of that one at like lap 3 or 4, and then to go like 45, 46 laps green flag to the end. What's it like trying to keep the tyres underneath you?
I mean, if you're going to the front, you just gotta go balls to the wall, sort of say. So, I mean, there really wasn't much tire saving there. I mean, especially with how far we started back, it was just go time from that second caution there. So,
well, Cruz, congratulations on this third place finish here tonight in the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Before we let you go and celebrate a third place finish with your team, we'll let you think a bit involved on this 55 car.
Yeah, man. Brett, I appreciate you, streaming this. Eddie putting it on. CSR, Chris Sollinger Racing, Sollinger Transportation, all the guys at House of Speed and LR, Keith Ackney, Jamie Massey, they all helped me out a bunch. Dylan helped me out a bunch too, so that's pretty much it.
Chris, well on third place. We look forward to seeing you back next week at the Federated Auto Parts at I-55 Raceway.
Thank you, Brett.
There we go. Cruz Cordell, home in position at number 3. Home in second spot tonight is going to be the man that sits second in the point standings. It's the 10 car of Connor New. And Connor, congratulations on this second place finish here tonight. That 23 car was just a little bit better in the long run, but nonetheless a good points all for you on the 10 machine.
Yeah, he was really good, and I don't know. I'll take second. I stepped on it running second, so I don't know. I was all over him. I was really good early on, and then when my tires got hot, I started not turning, so that didn't help. And we got behind Yeager a little bit there, and I was just a little bit better than him, so it was really hard to pass, and I let Chase get a gap on us, and there wasn't no yellows. So I don't know. I'll take second.
Those last 10 laps, you guys, well, Chase was catching the back markers very quickly. Did you think that he was going to get to the back markers, and if he got to them, that he was going to slow down, which would have allowed you to catch up to him to then potentially make that move for the race lead?
I just think there was too big of a gap, honestly. I don't know the track. I think it was gonna be pretty tough to pass on, even if I did get to him. I don't think I had enough time. I think I might have had something for him if I didn't go off the track early in the race, but I don't know. It was a good win for him, and I don't know. I just kind of screwed myself by running off early in the race.
Well, those things do happen, and it's probably best off that it happened at the start of the race rather than the back end of the race. You were the points leader without the drop weeks by 7 points. With the drop weeks, you're down by 11 points. Next 2 weeks, we've got the Federated Auto Parts at I-55 Raceway and the Volusia Speedway Park. How do you feel about those two racetracks, and what do you think your chances are of picking up this Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model Championship?
I think next week for sure we could possibly get a win as long as we qualify good. I think if I qualify at least top 4, that I have a really good shot at winning next week. Volusia's a little different though. I don't know if the track plays in my favor how I want it to go. I think it would be pretty good. But if it's one of those tracks that I struggle on, the track state, it'll be a bad night for us, I think.
Well, Connor, congratulations on the second place finish here tonight in round number 8 of the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Before we let you go and celebrate this second place finish with the team, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 10 car.
I gotta thank Evan, Blake, Chris, everybody at Majulsi Speed Shop, 42 Graphics, Team Sifim Esports, HRE Motorsports, Sweet Victory Apparel, Eddie for putting the league on, you guys for broadcasting. Congrats to Chase on his win, and Cruz on third.
Connor, well done on second place. We look forward to seeing you back at the Federated Auto Parts at I-55 Raceway next week.
Yes, thank you.
Connor New, the man that comes home second place and was second in the championship after the drop weeks, after 7 weeks. That all could change as we get ready to chat to our winner here tonight. And he was clinical from qualifying to heat racing and now leads all 50 laps in tonight's main event. It's the Alpha Industries number 23 car of Chase Barbara. And Chase, well, since you made the move to Alpha Industries, it looks like you've picked up a fair bit of speed in this 23 car.
Yeah, I mean, we were really good there. I knew I had a pretty big gap, so I was just managing the gap and just trying to save and keep my tires under me. I saw Connor; he was pretty quick. I was watching the interval, and I knew I could play the gap, and I didn't really have to push it unless he got to me. So I was just keeping my tires under me, and I feel like they really started firing off at the end. And I was just kind of driving half throttle, just driving around, trying to catch the not to catch the lap cars. Whenever you have a big gap like that, it's so easy to manage your race. Just keep your car under you and just play it smart.
So straight to the point situation now. You are points leader after 7 weeks with the drop weeks. Without the drop weeks, you're only down by 7 points. With going faster qualifying, picking up the win here tonight. How much do you look at that over the next 2 weeks? Because this is basically now going to be the next 2 weeks are going to be the make or break time of the season.
I don't really look at that kind of stuff. I just kind of go out there to just place as best as I can, and worked out in World Thunder last season. So hopefully we can work out with this too, and hopefully we can get another, keep getting these good finishes, maybe get another win or two.
Well, for the people that don't know Alpha Industries, they have got a number of pro drivers and veterans of sim racing and veterans of the World Championships. So you are certainly fitting right into their team very nicely. Chase, congratulations on the victory here tonight at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Before we let you go and celebrate with the team, we'll let you thank everybody once again on this 23 car that makes it all possible for you.
Yeah, obviously Alpha Industries, Logan Rumsey spotted me, been a lot of help. JD, James Edens, everybody over there. Jordan Casey, Free Speed, we've been working with him a lot too. He's a good dude. Gage Stevens Designs, Chris Owens, huge sponsor. He's been helping me out a lot. And, I'm really happy to get one of these wins. Feels good to know that I can still win one.
I spoke to you last night. You said you were sick of running second place last night in World of Thunder competition. You go one better here tonight, Chase. Congratulations on the victory. We'll look forward to seeing you in action next week in the second last round of the series at the Federated Auto Parts at I-55 Raceway. Congratulations, Chase.
Thanks, and thank all y'all for thanks to all y'all for putting this on. You for broadcasting, and Eddie for putting on a pretty good league.
Chase Barbara, your winner here tonight from the Lucas Oil Speedway, which will, of course, wrap up what is round number 8 of the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Again, just to give you a quick little recap and a quick little rundown on how this all played out. Chase Barbara, well, he was the only driver in qualifying to go into the 13-second bracket. He'd done a 13.975. He chose not to take the money and invert the field for the heat racing, which meant he started on pole of heat number 1, and he led that one to the finish line. Connor New, heat race number 2, picked up the win from the pole position. We continued that trend on with heat race number 3. Dylan Yeager started on pole and he got the win in the third heat race of the night, and the fourth and final heat race of the night went to Damien Kiefer, who also started on the pole position. The B mains, well, it kept the trend going. Bob Klein got the win in B main number 1. However, B main number 2, that trend broke. Chance Carr got the win from the outside of the front row, so something different here tonight. But when it's all said and done, 14 minutes and 3 seconds, all that it took to run 50 laps around the Lucas Oil Speedway. But it was Chase Barbara who got the win from the pole position. Connor New came in second from the outside of the front row, and Chris Cordell come from 7th to 3rd, so he had a bit of a run. Chance Carr went from 18th to 9th. He moved up 9 positions. Also going up 9 positions was Desmond Busby from 21st to position number 12. Another man that went up 9 positions was Curtis Griffin, goes from 24th to 15th. So 3 drivers equaling the hard charger here tonight, but that doesn't pay anything because it only pays to be the winner. And that winner right there was the 23 car of Chase Barbara. Well, week number 8 is done. Tomorrow night, World of Thunder competition returns with street stocks at 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock Eastern. But if you want Northwest Racing Association, it is time for the Dergy Dig Performance Big Block Modifieds tomorrow night with Joe White and OSRN. That will have the coverage from 10 o'clock Eastern. Then Wednesday night on Ultimate Dirt TV, we've got a double header. We've got 9 o'clock Eastern. It is going to be the championship of the Down and Dirty Outlaw Speed Factory 360 Wing Sprint Cars from Knoxville before we get ready to take to the racetrack once again in the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models at 11 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday night, presented by Northwest Racing Association. That is going to be at the dirt track at Charlotte, so we look forward to having your action and your company once again. Thursday night is going to be nothing for us here nothing for me on Ultimate Dirt TV, but there is going to be the Down and Dirty Outlaw Speed Ranch Pro Late Models from Knoxville. Steve McMillan will have the call for that one. And then, of course, the Northwest Racing Association will have their Pure Stocks, Bad Company Racing, Pure Stocks, Street Stocks on the program. And that is going to be the battle on the high banks from 10 o'clock Eastern, live with Joe White, OSRN, live from the Lernerville Speedway. But that'll wrap us up here on Ultimate Dirt TV. I am as sick as a dog, so it's time for me to head on out of here. I'm going to finally stop talking as I am going to take a break. But until next time, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the manager behind the scenes, congratulations to Chase Barbara. We say farewell and good night.